how it look. Hey, Matt, you want to get a little closer too? Yeah.
So we need to stay a little bit closer to our shit. So
yeah.
Get Froggy, want to get closer to our shit.
Man, let me see if I could tilt it. Tilt this bad boy. Hey, before we call it and start it, you want to flip your phone so I could tilt it this way and get like a higher view? You know what I mean? Like it facing this screen facing y'all.
Okay.
So I can tilt it and that way the camera's going upward because it's all your necks.
Like this?
Yeah.
So I gotta flip the camera.
Stop the video though. You won't even realize, you know what I'm saying, because you can't see it. I've done that shit to myself.
Or we could just scoot back a little bit.
30 times.
Because it's like, let me get, if y'all stay where you are, if I go back like by right there, I should be able to get y'all in there. It's a lot.
I just seen his ass in the mall. He was in the mall stalking around with people until, I think he does that shit every day until they throw him out. I think that's how he winds up over here every day.
Just he just trying to live, stay cool.
Yeah, he's just, you know. Oh man.
All right. They're just driving off slow and shit.
That's all good. Ready?
Alright. So we're gonna start it up. Alright. First and foremost, we want to give all praises unto the name of the true Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh. Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakah, Qadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father who people ignorantly call Jehovah God. Yahushai being the name who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. And Yahweh, Rakah HaKodash, all right, being the Holy Spirit in the archaic Hebrew. All right, the ancient Hebrew, we are the sons of Yasharahla, out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who do well. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, scattered abroad. All right. Let's see. You know the name. Hey man, the name is like a light to the cockroaches.
Hey, the scripture says dreadful among the heathen.
Yeah, you feel me? They said sure. How about you said?
They're saying it in unison. What's going on here, boy?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know if I wanted to wait now, but I was like, nah, let's just get it in. All right, so y'all brothers want to bring up the topics and then we can head into some scriptures, man. All right, because you know, hey, deadly times are ahead, man. Mass death. All right.
Slovakia, but yeah, like the brother said, man, you got a lot of death that's getting ready to hit America, man. All right, you got the situation in Taiwan still taking place. All right, China's not going to allow any more nonsense to take place there. There's a good chance that could go hot. You know, we were talking about that earlier. You still got Russia done all the way basically whooped Ukraine's ass. You know what I'm saying? And they just won't talk about that on the internet. But now you got what you mostly got going on, and was really kind of the vibe of the whole week, was now you got, man, these United Nations taking crafty counsel against what they so-called conspiracy theories, man, or conspiracists, so to speak. You know, Alex Jones was kind of one of the major ones to take a hit. You know, I don't know what they made him do to let him go stay on YouTube, but he probably had to, you know, rub some pockets or line some pockets to stay there, because, you know, you got these, you know, there's a full-on war now going against alternative information, or, you know, what we call just the truth, you know, so to speak. Y'all brothers got some scripts going already?
Yeah. You know, just basically saying that those who are willing to speak out and say anything other than the narrative of the general news, all right, that is all owned by your same, you know, major banking family,
people, your Rockefellers, your DuPonts, your Carnegies, they all own the news television, right? News stations, news outlets that are major on the world stage, all right? And it's the alternative news media that are right, who are coming out, bringing forth the actual things that are happening, man, the actual articles and the places that these things are happening, so that the narrative dies. Right. So they can't control, because the majority of the people ain't listening to them. Right. They're listening to where they can get their alternative media. Right.
Which, is another thing, that kind of shows how, he's credibility among the rest of the people. How they would disregard their princes and kings. That's what's.
I do got a precept though.
Yeah, go ahead, though.
This is the book of Amos. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 10, and it reads, "They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly." Right. So first and foremost, this is talking about the prophets, man. All right, we out here in the gates of the city. You see what I'm saying? Many people coming in and out. You know what I mean? Off buses from one end of the city going into the next end of the city. A merchant place, a big mall right here. You see what I'm saying? Right? Pretty much in the middle of the springs and all that. All right? And they abhor. Abhor means to hate or look at with disgust. All right? They look at with disgust him that speaketh uprightly. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, like I said, primarily it's with the prophets. We're talking to, your so-called truthers. You see what I'm saying? They are looked at with disgust too. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because they're speaking upright things. Their soul might not be upright in them if they're an Edomite. You see what I'm saying? But
that house divided still, right?
Because they've always had a term for it. What we consider truthers, the Edomite power structure considers treasonous, man.
I got another precept real quick.
I got one too for you too.
Come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 8. "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." So I brought that out because you said that, people is not listening to them no more. They shall flee away. We're not running to you for our information, for to trust that you're going to give us things that is accurate according to the world stage or the local stage. You see what I'm saying? You lying on the local, state, national, international level, man. Right. You see what I'm saying? So for you, so-called, it has nothing about your jurisdiction. The United Nations is set up for what? To help sign peace treaties with one nation to another, feed a couple people here and there. What does that have to do with speech? You see what I'm saying? And you want to come down as if some type of executive force, on conspiracy theories, because that's what's going to eventually come down to.
And Salaki, if I might, how the brother mentioned that their tongues fall upon themselves. Man, he can't do nothing right in the media right now. In the public eye. Man. Right. I mean, everything he does comes back, making him look boo-boo tenfold. Like the whole incident with, did the Chinese not literally say, "Don't let that bitch land. We gonna shoot her down"? You know what I'm saying? And then they just disregard it, and then they put that general on television, Salakia, and they had him puff his chest up and say, we're not gonna be bullied by the Chinese. You want a war with America? Then, I promise you, someone else will raise your kids. What are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like the brother just mentioned, that's not no. Who are you to come in the name of so-called peace? But on the flip side of that coin, be like, yo, I came here for peace, but you step one more, I'm gonna bust you in your chin. Like, you didn't come for no peace, man.
Right, they're not thinking in a leadership mentality, because leaders would know what the war is the last possible outcome if talking and being peaceable amongst men doesn't work.
You're talking American people want,
man. Doing the absolute opposite of what the American people
want. Low level, especially of the Idumean nation, man.
I got a piece
in America, they don't want war. They're still trying to wrap their brains about what happened with the Yumshot and why they got family members
dying,
catching the
and
moo-moos,
this and that. The next thing, man, they're looking for answers from Big Farm, man. All right, so you have to put this in a broad spec. While they're dealing with those deaths, you got the American public going on TV talking about.
Slovakia, did they not? Just to add to your point, did they not basically come out and say that they wanted to basically they was going to take all them people essentially involved to international trial, man. Yeah. So they're not trying to talk about that either. It's just a complete, he is the master of doing, like, look what's going on over here, son. Look at this. Look, pow! You know what I'm saying? What? That's his MO.
That thunder lightning.
They call it power projection.
Thunder, lightning.
If you go into the book, if you go into the book of the Art of War, sometimes you have to finesse and dance around certain topics to make it seem like everything's good. Because he knows that the American people don't listen, but he's projecting for India, he's projecting for China, he's projecting for everybody watching as a third party.
Right. And like you said, you got almost a complete media blackout taking place on all the things and the riots and whatnot that's taking place outside of Babylon. So, out of Babylon the Great, so to speak, like how you had those people in Sri Lanka turn on their government and be pushing the rich of the rich and the government electors and whatnot. They were pushing their cars into water, man.
Well, help this brother because it ain't no sidewalk coming up.
Brother, as you go along, the sidewalk ends over here. Doing all right, just want to let you know. Oh, wait, what happened? The sidewalk ends. Right where you about.
So the rest of this is grass right here.
All right, cool. Okay. Make sure you take a step up. There you go. All right, hey, man, it's an element, man. It's still our people.
And then the scriptures say that's to remind us that we are blessed, man. That's to instill that fear of Yahweh, man. Yeah. Just to land back, that persecution that coming after, principally the men of the Lord, the men speaking the truth, bold as lions, man. This is Matthew 24:9. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Burlington is it's telling me to go this way, then go right.
Yeah, it's directly
across the street.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah. Go straight up this hill. There's a parking lot out front of us.
Yep.
And there's a hill at the end of the parking lot. We go straight up that hill. Just keep walking straight.
Is there like a street like going that way so I can walk along the street, or do I just have to grass and sidewalks?
So like so what he's telling you basically, if you're at the street right now, okay, what this street does, it loops all the way around the mall. So the street the side you're on is obviously you got off the bus, so you have to walk up parallel from where we're standing, and just go. That's where Burlington actually sits. Yes, sir. But it's a little, it's more off to your right. It's sunk into the mall. But where you're at is essentially the parking lot. So you got to walk straight across and then there is a hill there. But if you veer a little bit to the left, you'll miss the fence and you can veer back to the right as you go up the hill, and you'll find Burlington. And you will have to walk through that parking lot though, so be careful.
All right, got it. So it's just that way.
Yes, sir.
The GPS told me to go right after I got in the grass. I'm like, that doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, it's all good because it wants you to bend around this road, but that would be a lot, to do with traffic and everything.
I mean, if he knows how to get in the mall too, he should be able to get in there and be kind of guided to it.
You take a right. And you follow the sidewalk all the way and curve around.
Yep.
And you'll meet Burlington.
Yeah, Burlington is right up at the top over there.
So I can just cross right here.
Yeah, but wait till this bus comes through and everything. All right.
All right, so across over the hill.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, thank you, man.
Ain't no problem. Shalom, brother, may Yahweh watch over you. That's a heavy burden to have in this coming time, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, brothers might get spiritual power one day. He might come back.
Okay. Yeah,
it's all up to the decision of the Heavenly Father.
Daredevil, bro. Pick that stick up and bust somebody else.
I got this is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 7, and it says, nevertheless, hear thou this word that I speak in thine ear, and in the ear of all the people, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against kingdoms of war and of evils and of pestilence. The prophets, the prophets which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then the prophet be known. Then the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. All right, so starting.
I mean, yes, the Most High, just like how he did then, is now the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. The prophets are doing what in today's age, man? They're speaking out against kingdoms, man. You see what I'm saying? And this kingdom that is ruled by Esau, Edom, is going to fall. That's what the prophets would be doing in this time, man. As you see them on, the highways and hedges, you see what I'm saying? Not only bidding their own people into the marriage, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, but also prophesying against and the downfall of this kingdom and slavery for all the other nations.
We've done it in the old times, right? We've done it against Egypt. We've done it against Rome. We've done it against the Seleucids. So in the old times when the prophets came, right, the Lord always sends his prophets before he sends destruction. Right? When destruction comes, you individuals here in Babylon, just like the individuals in the ancient day, will know, hey man, we passed by some true prophets, man. We were dealing with the Lord's men. All right.
And this is also a cut to that this Christianity doctrine that America embraces, because what did he say? The prophet spoke of war and of terrible times, man, of woes, man. So when you're hearing these evangelicals, these priests and these pastors, man, talk about prosperity and all that, you should know that that's false doctrine, man. The real men of the Lord, hey, come to tell you terrible things, man.
It says, like you just said, the book is filled with lamentation,
mourning and woe.
Mourning and woe. I had a quick precept to land back. I forgot who said it, but basically, like Esau, he's stupid. Like the Most High making him look stupid, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, like he's playing with him almost.
Yeah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, Edom, all right, Esau's Edom, all right, which is who? The forefather of the Caucasian race, all right, the so-called Caucasian race, because they're really Edomites, all right. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Now we know the Temanites are the Germans, you see what I'm saying, but that's just a tribe, all right, of
Wisest tribe.
That's the wisest tribe.
Yeah, the wisest tribe,
Amalek being the chief tribe.
Yeah,
right.
The chief tribe.
Well,
And really, they got the thermonuclear ICBM from what? The Temanite.
They stole all them German engineers and bomb makers.
So you can kind of use that for the peace with NATO, because NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. That's what? That's an organization of people who have nuclear power that have all gotten their shit, you know what I mean, from the Temanite. You know what I mean? So the whole NATO is looking dumb because they, you know what I mean? Like how we said last camp, especially with the Germans.
Look at the Nord Stream.
Right, exactly. When we talk about the Nord Stream. How you going to ride with an enemy because they riding you, talking about, how literally America rided the beast and shit.
Right.
But then you're getting gas from the other enemy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to be dumb. Where's your wisdom at? That don't make no sense.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You should be at least getting your energy, so you don't have an energy shortage from the people that's telling you what you can and cannot do.
And Salakia, like you mentioned earlier, that's one of those things that's got the people tight, man. Because over there
they're facing starvation and freezing over there.
And they got an energy crisis taking place in Babylon now, and the people, or not in Babylon, Salakia, but over there in Europe. And not just Germany, but many of them European countries are stressing because they was like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna switch off the nuclear and go, we're gonna replace the energy source, and they haven't done it. So now, they're basically reliant on either, Big Daddy Babylon figuring something out, or siding with the BRICS nations and maybe making smooth shit over with Russia.
At the end of the day, look, man.
They're not going to be hungry.
Hunger's the number one thing that's going to drive people to go mad, man.
Right.
Right? And you got people, families over there, right, who are already struggling with what's going on with the BRICS, right? Or what do they call it, the Brexit? So already struggling financially because of the Brexit, and now they having to deal with, already over there $10 plus gas, $5 plus egg cartons. $4 loaves of bread, which you're not dealing with here in America yet.
Not yet.
But in Europe, they're already dealing with that.
Right.
Well, I have
So
seen
they already got people going hungry, people who are losing their homes, people who are now homeless and weren't homeless previous to the decision to go to war in Ukraine.
Right.
Okay. So all these things are going to continue to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate, and eventually they multiply.
Right.
When it multiplies, man.
Listen,
Boom.
and listen, man. These
Kabuki, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like this brother mentioned, man. These other nations are not gonna sit idly by while their people suffer and they're hungry and their babies are dying, while Americans just benefit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not gonna sit by and let it slide that way.
I got a precept real quick. Go ahead. This is Jeremiah chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 19. And it says, "Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in my fury, even a grievous whirlwind, it shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked."
I mean, the whirlwind, really, talk not only with the chariots, but also just destruction in general. You see what I'm saying? Because there is no peace amongst the wicked, as it says in the book of Isaiah. You know what I mean? So, regardless, these people is going to get it. And the wicked, who is the wicked? All right, the Edomites, pursuant to the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4. Them being the border wickedness.
The anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed and until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days, ye shall consider it perfectly.
And we in the latter days right now. You see what I'm saying? So everything that he has spoke is coming to pass. You see? So it ain't coming out void. As soon as he spoke it, the plans was already enacted, so to speak. Whether you can see it behind the line, read between the lines or not. You know what I mean? So when the prophet, what was that? Psalms? So Ezekiel or Jeremiah? Yeah, when the prophet Jeremiah spoke it, you see what I'm saying? It was already in motion. You know what I mean?
We'll back off myself real quick. This is Psalms 104. I'm going to start at 3. Who layeth the beams of his chamber in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariots? Who walketh upon wings of the wind? Who maketh the angel's spirit his ministers a flaming fire? Who layeth the foundations of the earth, that it shall not be removed forever? So just so you understand the power you're dealing with, man.
Right, which they don't, because he is in, and those that are under the veil. I was talking to Yana about this on the way when I was coming down here, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, when we understand these things, it's plain as day, right? But you'll get into conversations in the world, and these people really don't see this. I mean, the veil is like thick, bro. It's black. They can't see through it at all. And I'm like, man, you can't see that inflation is in your face. You can't see that the dollar has value as virtually nothing. Right. You can't see that he ain't told you the truth about anything, and at least for only Yahweh knows how long, and y'all still just willfully, bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead. I've been holding one too for a while. But go ahead.
And it says, I have not sent the prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if it had stood in my counsel and caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil ways and from their evil doings, and from the evil of their doings.
So the Most High said that if these prophets, going out there, and I haven't done it, you see what I'm saying? They false prophets, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They going against the will of the Lord. Right. You know what I mean? Well, they really doing it on the left-hand side, which is against the natural way that, for you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, so you Israelites, man. There's a certain type of lifestyle, certain type of, we're supposed to be a nation of priests, man. You see what I'm saying? We're supposed to be out here, prophesying, you know what I mean? A kingdom of a peculiar, nation, royal priesthood, all of that. You know what I mean? So read that last, I think it was the last part of that.
Read it again. This is verse 21, and it says, I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesy.
Right, so they're coming up with their own imaginations and going out there. Oh, the Lord told me this, the Lord told me. No, the Lord didn't tell you that, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because if it doesn't line up with scripture, the Most High didn't send you. You're going off your own vain imaginations. You know what I mean, guys?
But if they had stood in my counsel, that's lucky. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil ways and from the evil of their doings.
Oh.
Right. You know what I mean? So if he did, they would be setting them up to basically repent from their evil, man. You know what I mean? But he didn't. This is why a lot of the so how would I say sheep following those type of shepherds is just being led to the slaughter, man.
Exactly, man.
Am I a Yahweh at hand, saith the Lord, and not a Yahweh far off? Can any hide himself in secret place that I shall not see him, saith the Lord? Do not I fill the heavens and the earth, saith the Lord?
So, right. So I mean,
there's nowhere to hide yourself.
Exactly.
You think I don't see you?
Yahweh is.
He created everything, all existence, every molecule in the universe, and yet Esau, Edom, principally think he could hide from the Lord,
and then he gonna do all this, under some.
He think he gonna work his imagination out,
man.
And while the Lord is doing
and then this, like you said, once you have an understanding like that, realistically, you a puppet, man. I mean, yo, the Most High got the left hand up your ass just doing like this, and you can't even stop it.
Well, it's all to fulfill the will of the Heavenly Father.
What's that movie?
Esau is just a modern day Pharaoh.
Yeah, well, basically his heart has been hardened, his mind has been solid brick. This nigga in just like, you gotta read the power that the Most High possessed. He's like, I don't give a shit about that. I'm AK-47s and nuclear bombs, baby, and they think they're gonna beat the power that made the mountains, man. The power that rages the sea.
Right, and woe to them that trust in Egypt.
Out of your mind, man. Delusional, bro.
But the king's heart is
in the hand of the Most High, and he turneth it whatsoever he will.
Exactly.
Proverbs, Psalms 21.
So that's talking about the international banking families. But then what's the other one where a man, he doesn't even, how can he even know his own way? The beginning of it.
Right. Can I grab the separate lambs back with Yada well?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Hey, well, because we talking about it, how Esau is kind of blinded and he doesn't understand the power of the Most High. This is kind of a parable unto the wicked on the day of the Lord. This is Amos chapter 5 and verse, I'll start at 18. And this is really used for the wicked of Jake, but we could use it for the heathen and Esau as well. And it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what it is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, with no brightness in it?
Right. And which was like I said, I think it was last camp, beautiful way that Elder Pastor Hall broke it down, which was made a lot of sense, because we take that as like, no matter what you do, you're still going to get the punishment.
You in this box regardless.
Right, yeah. So in the spirit, that serpent, all right, is China. China is the dragon. All right, you missed the dragon. You missed the bear, right? Bear is Russia, right?
Well, that's beautiful.
Then the serpent gonna catch you. So you think that you can outmaneuver Russia? China, right there. This is why they're in league with each other.
And the lion representing Jacob too. So everybody on your ass, bro.
One scripture may have 4 or 5 different breakdowns.
That's heavy.
That's why you can learn something new every time you read this book, man. Yeah. That's why it says, blessed is he that readeth, because you learn every time you open up the scriptures, man.
That's heavy. That's a beautiful breakdown, huh?
It's not shit.
But your breakdown wasn't incorrect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The scriptures fold and bend, and they have meaning for different time periods, and all in the same way. It's beautiful, man.
But yeah, the point remains, like just like how we brought out many verses, you cannot escape the will of the Heavenly Father. Just like we say, you can do nothing against the truth, only for it.
go ahead. I can get mine after you.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So, since we're talking about Edomites, because this is going for everybody, there is no such thing as free will. But Edomites, you see what I'm saying, they going against the Lord, and they don't understand what they're doing, that they're doing the will of the Father, man, because their going is of the Lord, man.
Right.
They are a man, right? All right, so that means what they do is all of the, and this goes back to Isaiah, 45, right, and verse 7, right, which reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. Because what these wacky-tacky Christians fail to understand is that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a man of balance, man. All right, in the book of Proverbs, it says a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord, man. All right, so he has the light on one side and the darkness on one side, on the other. That is righteous, man. All right. So Esau doing everything that he doing. People dying from the young child, like you're saying. You feel me? That's all the Lord, man. The Lord is killing people through the devices of Esau that created that concoction for y'all to take that Kool-Aid, man.
I got a sep too.
The Lord has warned you multiple times when perilous times come, or if you're scared, or if you have any type of emotion to do what? Where does the Lord tell you to go? Unto Him, right? So why are you going unto other, people to look for help, man?
A horn.
That's, not supply to you, man. Let me grab this real quick. It's just underneath it lines up with what we was talking about. This is Psalms 21, just underneath what the brother was bringing out, man. The king's heart, and one, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord, pondereth the hearts.
So Esau think that what he's doing is right. Right. What he don't know that he's doing wickedly, man. He think that about to come and persecute the prophets for talking about conspiracy theories. Ooh, you see what I'm saying? Like that is some type of righteous thing to do, man. Because when they really know what they doing behind closed doors, they know the LGBTQPBEAST they got going on. You see what I'm saying? Behind closed doors, they think that is a right thing because they doing it, according to their rituals of their pagan gods. And you just had in Great Britain at the Birmingham, England, the British Commonwealth Games, like the small Olympics. 72 nations was there, and they did a ritual to a big ass ox, man, a bull. I mean, you feel me? Which is Baal, man, which essentially is Shaitan, Satan, man. All right, so they put it in front of your face now. They got it right, man. No. And the fact of the matter is, we got so many people, not necessarily awake to this truth, but awake to the fact that they're being lied to, man. Awake to the fact that their governments do not have their best interest in mind, in the way that they're going about their daily business. And you don't have enough jail cells, all right, to put every single truther or individual in this thing of ours in the body in jail, man. Right. So what do? You start to persecute the
narrative.
The narrative and the ones that are higher up, the ones that have money. Then you try to scare everybody. Hey, look what happened to this nigga because he was telling the truth. Right. So
you want to get your head cut off, nigga?
Right. So now people are going to start becoming scared to speak that truth.
Because that's how he gets down. Oh, you don't like this narrative? Well, nigga, we got the guns. So we were, and just how you said, that's been going on. He's been doing that for thousands of years. Just now, information travels so fast. So what are they gonna have to do? Snuff out the word.
They're gonna use their blessing.
Right.
His blessing is the sword.
And like you said, they've been talking about blackouts. I don't know if y'all brothers. I don't know if y'all brothers have personally noticed, but I've noticed that in weird places, in weird places, all of a sudden, lights flicker. Whether I was sitting in a basement, in the burbs, or whether I've been sitting, at your crib, or
it's happened in my apartment too.
Yeah, or in a store. All of a sudden, it's like the grid is so jumpy. Like, because I've been off for a month essentially. I've had a lot going on, but just still. But I've just noticed it. Like, man, the lights be flickering. You plug certain shit in. Didn't used to like kind of pop the lights. Now it do. I'm like, man,
Friday, I popped the whole house breaker just by having the jackhammer plugged into it.
bro.
Damn.
I was jackhammering this whole like basically flood wall, like about a 4-foot flood wall.
Right.
Jackhammering that thing out.
Power.
Power, like 3 times.
How y'all brothers?
We had to stop.
How y'all brothers was mentioning too, like, man, they're gonna persecute. That persecution is coming because he has to come down with great wrath because his time is short, as the scriptures say. I mean, he is running the clock. Look, it's like a minute left, and he was whooping Jake for the whole game.
Right.
All of a sudden,
it's finals game 7.
Yeah, it's finals game 7. All of a sudden, it's like 2 minutes left, and he's like, "Damn, this nigga's coming back. Hold up, time out." Time out. Yeah, like Space Jam.
Right. We got the literal King James, and he's out there just doing work.
Right. So it's like
cutting that bitch up.
Hey, man. I mean, out there like Iverson and niggas just dropping, stepping over dude. Yeah. Not to be like funny about it, but that's what we have. That's what's going on. That's what's going on in the world right now. Like how the brother said, so people are starting to be awake to the fact that he's just a damn devil. And then he'll lie about anything to stay in power. Right. And then he's unwilling to give up his power seat.
Don't get me wrong, they still retarded,
Yeah.
Schmiedemites who think Trump is their savior, but at the end of the day, they know that their government is doing fucked up shit.
That's another thing they don't want. I was watching one of the Elvis videos. And that's another thing that they're going to hit this button before Biden's term is done because they said it's a good chance that if Trump runs again, he gonna win, and they don't want that shit.
You know what they did with the election, so they don't want that at all.
That's why he turn on CNN, they still talking about it, trying to demonize it.
January 6th.
But honestly,
that's like the new 9/11.
It's bigger than just Trump.
Yeah,
it's just the Democratic Party losing. Yeah. Through the spirit, and I'm speaking as a man.
They ain't doing none of the shit.
I don't really see, these mid-term elections. Which happens every 2 years instead of every 4 years, like the presidential election. It's in November. Yeah. Something is going to happen because they're not going to have no power. Because the Democratic Party is basically in the dust right now.
They didn't shit the bed in the people's eyes.
If you still believe in the system, you would be, brainwashed and persuaded to be like, I got it. Fuck Democrats because, these guys is, evil, wicked, and they liars. You know what I mean? I might as well rock with the Republic. You see what I'm saying? Right. If you was a dumb nigga in the fucking system and shit.
And didn't one of them guys say that in one of the videos Malcolm had posted where he was like, well, the indigenous and Jake basically populations are swaying GOP. Yeah. But it was like, really, he said it's common sense. But if you had any common sense in all reality, you would turn to
if you go back 20 years, man, Ronald Reagan was a Republican. George Bush Sr. was a Republican. We know the wickedness of those two men. So, look, man, it ain't no.
It's two sides to the same wicked ass coin.
Same with Bush.
You know what I'm saying? There's one king, and he ain't here yet. He on his way.
That's right. That's right. Ain't none of these.
But at the end of the day, it's just the fact that the people know, the people who are in rulership right now.
So let me get this up, and then brother, pull yours, and we'll move on. Salakia, but this is Psalms 83, and I'm gonna just start at 1, read to about 18. It reads, "Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate me have lifted up the head. They that have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thine hidden ones." All right? They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel is Salakia, may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, that they are confederates. They are confederate against thee." All right,
kind of like the modern day NATO.
Yeah. What's the first nation that it mentions in the next verse?
And it reads, Salakia. These are the nations that are, to break down. They're in a confederacy against you, to deny you your heritage, your land, your you know what I'm saying, everything that is supposed to be given unto you in the kingdom. He stands in between that right now. All right, and he's taking counsel with all the other nations, which we're about to get out, and we can break them down as I read. Salakia, this is Psalms 83:6, and it reads, the tabernacles of Edom.
Well, that's pretty much the point, though. That the first, this shows you who our enemies are.
I was
that
just
is
saying,
coming against
all the rest of these nations are either EU or NATO. You know, they're all part of that system.
Yeah, well Moab's in there, Ishmael's in there. They not a part of NATO and all that.
Nah,
so, but all these other nations, if you're not Israel, you're an enemy of the Lord, right? You're an enemy of His people.
Well, just like a house divided cannot stand, they were once in confederate against us, and now what? They're divided, so they can't stand.
They're fighting amongst each other, and like I said, and why? Because Eve was like, we're gonna share everything, but we gonna be the boss though. Y'all niggas can get a little bit. You know, we're gonna run the show.
They're basically like Homelander. Like, nigga, you can't stop us. Like, you know what my gift is, nigga.
Yeah, you can't stop us.
And the funny thing is, though, because when it goes into the other nations, let's say Moab, the Hagarenes, the Ishmaelites, so on and so forth. But when it said to Edom, it said the tabernacles of Edom. There's multiple houses of Edom, man. And they're going against each other for rulership. Because they the devil. They so wicked that they fight against themselves and will kill each other
to get the whole pot.
To get the pot, man. You know what I mean? What is it saying, Obadiah? If even thieves came amongst, that vineyard, you wouldn't even leave no grapes for the wanderers, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is a law in the Bible, man. All right, going back into the Torah, you see what I'm saying? If you had a farm and shit, you're
supposed to leave like 10% or something.
You get what you can for like the day. I'll have to go back into it.
Right.
But
you harvest, but you leave a remnant for the poor.
Yeah, for the poor.
And then if every brother does that, though, the poor they eating good.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, really, there shouldn't be no people poor. If everything was done
amongst Jake, for real, yeah.
If everything was done, but see, Jake clamors to be like Esau. So we had this
like, nigga, I can make 20 million extra if I sell all my grapes.
Yeah, we had this conversation amongst ourselves with speaking about our own family members. I was like, man, these niggas have no concept of like family community. They all are like greedy, money hungry. You know, we got family members that are sitting on a couple M's and they like nigga, multiple, and they won't.
They only want to pick up the phone.
Yeah, not even that. You go out with them and these niggas make you pay for the drinks. Not that that's not the point, but Jake don't live like that. They greedy little like mice and they trying to run the rat race to beat Esau.
Well, one of the points that I wanted to make also with that, matter of fact, I'm gonna get it real quick. I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna show you how the Most High is going. Remember Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, for your house is not mine. For what a man shall sow, he shall also reap. Right. So if we go to the book of Obadiah real quick.
That's my favorite book.
Yeah.
That's my favorite book.
That's my favorite.
Esau, you are going down, boy. You are going down.
It says, the pride of thy heart has deceived you, this is Obadiah, all right, chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Not to cut you off, bro, but that's about 60% of the Edomite population. What'd you say? Nah, we don't smoke, man. But it's lucky, man. And then you got the other 40% down here.
And that's how you know this place is Babylon, though, because even other Edomite nations, they don't have something called American pride. That's how you know this place is Babylon.
Yeah, Khan. But Salah, then she get mad. What you mad because you broke this? Got there?
Or is it the fact that we don't smoke? Because like she's shaking it.
Nobody has a Newport? No.
We're not Catholic priests, man.
No.
This is verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou that set thy nest amongst the stars, hence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Hey, well, Esau's been running by the same playbook, man, just like in ancient Rome. what was on the tip of that spear at the head of the legion, man? That eagle, man. Just like you have the national bird of America, aka Babylon. What is it?
It's the seal.
And really, this is for you niggas, man. You have no excuse to sit here and try to deny the fact that Esau Edom is who he is, man. Right. It's clear cut as day.
It's figurative.
It's figurative, bro.
Oh, like the Orthodox Church will tell you, it's figurative.
All right. Every word has a number, and a number has a meaning.
I was just gonna say too.
Ain't no personal interpretation.
There ain't no international jet station. I can tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
They would have shot that shit down already. Let Jake do something. They would have shot that shit down if they could, bro.
We couldn't even have a block of success.
Yeah, bro.
Nigga, we can't even have the country. They would have shot that shit down as soon as it went up. They would have said,
"What? The niggas got a satellite."
Facts.
Bang.
That's lucky. If thieves, verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they have had enough? If the gate gatherers came to thee, would thou not leave some grapes?
Right. So this is a rhetorical question. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you don't have no type of mercy. Right. And this is why Yahweh Shai is not going to have no mercy upon you, man. Right. Because you have pursued blood, blood shall pursue thee. You see what I'm saying? So
you never gave Jake a break.
Yeah, Salah. So like in the beginning of that precept, you see what I'm saying? On how, you know, even if thieves and robbers, you know, at least take what they need. Doesn't it say that Yahweh Shah is going to what? Come back as a thief in the night?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's really in the ancient world. You know, a thief would steal some bread or some shit. You know what I mean? Because nowadays niggas, they'll just steal to steal. You see?
So
because they've been spoiled like of Esau, man.
Yeah. But look, like you said, they come in to steal. You know, Jake gonna go. All right, I want the 8 kilos. I want that little 300,000 in cash. You know, or you know, even the low ones.
Exactly what he needs. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but Jake,
gonna steal. I want his clothes.
With the IRS,
I want to take everything out of his fridge.
Nah, yeah, they going to that shit. When that shit full clothes, they gonna fucking, you know, make that shit empty. You know what I mean? So that's what he's gonna do, because the Most High is a just power. He's a just God, and justice means what you have done unto them shall be done unto you. This is what the law says: do unto others as you would have done unto you, man.
Treat others as thou mayest be treated. That's the golden rule. Yahweh Shai said you fulfill most of the law through that one precept right there.
Well, see, and it's funny because a lot of people be like, well, I don't give a fuck about myself, so I'm going to treat somebody else whack. This is why. But that's why.
That's a real grimy Brooklyn nigga right there, bro.
I said, I give you this new commandment to treat others as I have loved thee. Now, that's infinite. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he died for us. See what I'm saying? The Lord and Savior, man.
And I honestly, I just had a conversation with the brother Yawadon a couple days ago.
That's deep.
On brotherly love and how we supposed to treat each other and hold each other up, man. This is Jeremiah 49. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 8. Go ahead and break it down, man. And it says, "Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Dan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon it, the time that I will visit him."
What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Nice.
Man, we doing right there, bro.
Sorry to interrupt.
Nah, you straight, bro. Good to see you again, man. How you doing? How you been?
Good.
All right, that's good. That's good. Sure. I hear that. Sure. If you want to sit, move that stuff out the way.
Start from the top again.
And it says, "Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Dan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him." The time.
So, Don, again, like we said, is one of those tabernacles of Edom.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A specific tribe or a house, so to speak. All right. So, you know, it's talking about, you know, he's going to bring the calamity, means destruction, man. Destruction going to come upon Esau, as is prophesied, which is the so-called white man. All right, guys?
The time that I will visit him, if grape gatherers come to thee, wilt thou not leave some gleaning grapes?
Right.
Wilt thou not leave some gleaning grapes? If the thieves by night, they will destroy it till they had had enough.
See, but so right.
Right,
So,
Esau ain't just taking your pack and shit. He's taking your clothes, everything
then
out the
some.
fridge. He trying to steal your car too.
Man, he taking the
Trying to
nails
steal
out
your
the
identity
studs,
on top
bro.
of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah, because so
He done
that
took the drywall and the nails out the studs too.
right,
the
like
holy
for
shots.
instance, right, a lot of thing that's big in Jake right now is scamming, right? You know,
Yeah, identity theft, car theft.
Yeah, you know, they take what they need until it run up. You see what I'm saying? Until it declines.
Right, and they move on.
Yeah, and they move on and shit. So, you know, great gatherers come to thee, that thee is being eaten. Aren't they gonna leave a little something? You gonna have a little something. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna stop at the end of the day. They not gonna just, you know, empty your whole, you see what
Your
I'm
whole
saying?
shit out.
You know, you got
Right.
some of them that's like that. You know what I mean? But go ahead, Art.
Verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. And he shall not be able to hide himself.
Right. See,
Bear me ain't naked. You naked, Esau. They took the shirt off your back. Slot.
And when you go into it spiritually, naked, since you just brought that out, goes into sin, man. You feel me? Because they don't have, so where the wicked is being revealed, the man of sin. We're seeing that he is the man of sin. He is the wicked. All right, pursuant to the book of Malachi, pursuant to all this prophecy. You know, because that was a prophecy that had to be done. But one of the things too that I wanted to bring out, notice in his secret places, right? You know what I'm saying? That goes into your secret society shit. You see them? Yeah.
And I just want to say, I listened to
ships.
A woman that's on Rumble. All right, you can listen to her podcast. A lot of it goes off, but a lot of it is good information. It's on Rumble and Rumble, and it's called We the People News Report. All right, comes out every day, kind of like you know, like Dave from the X22 report.
Who's been
chronologically,
Joe Rogan type.
Yeah, the chronologically, and it's their own tongues, right? Because it's your own people telling on you.
He's been basically,
and she's been going in on these freaking pedophiles, and she brought out this spiritually high placed wicked castle in Belgium, where they have like these little witch ceremonies where they're basically taking the children. It's the castle that Ibar the Impaler used to live in.
Vlad the Impaler in Switzerland?
Yeah, or Belgium. But they taking these kids and raping them and killing them and torturing them in this castle, man. And the local people know it. You know what I'm saying? So there's all kinds of information coming about, and most of it because of the Jeffrey Epstein shit coming out as well. All these things are being revealed, man. Right. And it be their own people showing you their wickedness, man. Yeah. Look at our peak meat. Look what my brethren are up to.
It's kind of like, you know,
it's kind of, they lifting up their own garments. Like, look.
It's a joke we constantly say, man, that Esau's pink meat is showing. Because, you know, that small, frail man that he really is, and that weakness and that wickedness is starting to be revealed.
The Lord was talking about when he said that a wicked root shall stem from this people, and wherever they go, you will see wickedness, man. And we know, all right, referring back to Job 9:24, that this man has dominion of the earth. Okay? So, hey, man, it's out.
No, I was going to say, well, you know, there's nothing new under the sun, right? Yeah. So, when you brought that up, it reminded me of, like, the movies of the back in the day and how the folklores came about. You see what I'm saying? And people would think it was myths of like, oh, there's something going on in that town, or those people in that castle.
Right,
you feel me? And
like Dracula and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's happening right now. So the whole town know, but they don't do nothing about it. It's just like back in, you know, your old cave, you know, type
shit.
Those
whispers
like
and shit.
The town folks now, like, never walk with, like, their kids, but like leave their kids alone and stuff.
Yeah, like, you know,
they be watching. She said there was a spike between 2016 and 2020 of children missing that alarmed the folks so much that they like almost fucking rioted on the castle.
But on some like Castle Frankenstein shit,
bro. I mean, that's what's happening to Earth. And then people wonder where all these little Jake kids go in America.
All the milk carton kids,
right?
Man.
Well, if you think about
that's where they send them, man.
If you think
tunnels under the earth, no one gets to see them dudes again.
If you think about what the brother Tazapani is saying, though, it's like that game Telephone. If I tell you like a so-called rumor and it gets passed around, which we're not supposed to gossip, but if it gets passed around, eventually it's going to skew. You might have caught a nigga really drinking blood, but by the time it gets to Tazapania, is this nigga's Dracula and this nigga sleep upside down or in a coffin.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day,
but it's some real shit going on.
There's a book that they put out called how to eat and like absorb the energy of your enemies or something. Eat the flesh of your enemies, and that's what they do, man. They torture these little kids, until they're scared shitless, make them go through extreme amount of pain, and then they rape them, do more shit unto them, make them more scared, then kill them, then drink their blood, then eat them.
That adrenochrome shit.
These are the people that run the world, man. All right, that's why they have to be thrown down.
And that's why they're slacking. That's also why that counsel is being taken against you. That crafty counsel is being taken against the men of the Lord and the liking, the liking camps, as well as just the truthers in general, because
and that's why
they're pushing that narrative. And
because if that comes out, Lord, bro,
like this brother said, if that was just common knowledge, most of these people would string up their officials today. But
like the French Revolution,
right? And how this brother said that a lot of the downfall of Esau, man, is coming from their own tongue, but mostly their own women, man. Women is out here. I've heard Malcolm say this, and I've known it. I've just kind of recently been like, damn, it's a trend. Like white women are turning on Esau, man, and they out here.
They just ready to be conquered.
Man, they ready to. Yeah, they just trying to serve lemonade and ride pole in the kingdom instead of being in the field with him. And
Birdman hands.
Yes, Birdman hands, bro.
Salakia.
Yeah, you caught me with that one. But yeah, man, they're doing a lot of the legwork for blowing that trumpet against Eve, man. Mostly their own women.
Let me continue on this. And then it says,
still hope, man.
But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret place, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy father's children, I will preserve them alive, and let the widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Israel.
And art thou he that should altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
So there ain't nothing that you Edomites gonna be able to do to escape the wrath of the Most High, man. Y'all plundered. You see what I'm saying? This land from the North American Indians and all of the so-called Indians.
Northern Kingdom,
from Canada all the way down to Argentina, Chile. You see what I'm saying? You done fucking brought your so-called the Southern Kingdom, so-called West Africans and shit like that, which is really Judah, Benjamin, and Levites. Salakia over here, you see what I'm saying, on through slavery and all of that, and then you upkeeping this wicked ass society, with your Latin tribes and all of that. You think that you're just gonna get away with it, and you're about to enslave the whole world, do a digital, a biometric fucking prison cell. It's not gonna fucking happen, man.
Right, and if you look at the precept, the Lord is literally telling Esau, "Look, nigga, I put my children in slavery. I killed my only begotten son. You don't think I'm gonna fuck you up?
You don't think I'm gonna punish you?
I mean, really look at that precept. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily our full judgment to drink of the cup, even though it's part of the prophecy. We're supposed to be the inheritors of the whole earth through Yahawashi, right? And yet Yahawashi got put on the cross. We got put in slavery. The land got taken from the Northern Kingdom, and Esau Edom think he getting away scot-free.
Yeah, no, you about to get that ass whooped, man.
Car.
It's, like as a kid, when you get in trouble, man, and your grandparents and whoever's taking care of you at the time tell you go outside and grab a switch to whoop, Esau go outside and he come back with the tiniest stick, like, here, whoop me with this.
He pre-break it already and shit?
No, Esau, we gonna go grab the biggest stick possible and break it over the top of your head, man. All right? Go ahead and hit that up.
Sure. This is Slovakia. This is 2nd Maccabees 3, and you want a 23?
23.
This is 23, and it reads, nevertheless, Hilarius executed that which was decreed. Now, as he was there present himself with his guard about the treasury, the Yahweh of spirits and the Prince of all power caused a great apparition, so that all that presumed to come with him were astonished at the power of Yahweh, and fainted and were sore afraid. That's it on that, bro.
24?
Oh, that was 20. I started 23 through 24. You want 25? Sure. For there appeared upon them a horse with a terrible rider upon him, and adorned with a very fair covering, and he ran fiercely and smote Herodias with his forefeet, and it seemed that he had sat upon the horse in a complete harness of gold.
I think I may have given you that second Maccabees.
Yeah. You wanted first Maccabees? I asked you.
But that sound like E, so.
I wrote it down. I might have looked at the wrong scripture.
That's all right. Come. You want me to go to first Maccabees 3 and 24?
No, you good. Anybody? I got a precept.
Come, all right. I was like, I get what I see where you're going, but you wanted to be scared? They should be scared.
God, I was like, Mark 22.
All right, Mark 4 and 22. So hold it. All right. You want me to grab it or you got it?
Go ahead.
Slap it. So Mark 4 and 2.
4 and 22.
4 and 22. Slovakia, bear with us. This is Mark 4 and 22, and it reads, "For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifest, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. If any man have ears, let him hear." Slovakia. "And he that said unto them, Take heed," and this is the red letter, just so you know, brothers know. "Take heed what ye hear, with what measure ye mate, Slovakia. It shall be measured unto you, and unto that here shall be more be given."
Con, well, that's going into what the brother Talzapania said about that which a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
I mean, 26 goes into the seed being cast on the ground.
Yeah, well, that's like a whole nother parable.
Right.
That the one 22 really goes with 21.
Right.
I'll read 21.
That's right.
Matter of fact, read 21 and
So
then go into 22.
I should have started. Slovakia. Let me.
It's 21 and 22.
This is Mark 4 and 21. "He said unto them, Is a candle brought to be put under a bushel, under a bed, or not to be set on a candlestick?" Well, go ahead and break that down, bro.
Yeah, break that down.
And I'll go into the other one.
Yeah.
You good, Doc?
Yeah, let's do that real quick because that's still relatable to what we bringing up.
Last chapter, 22. We should like 26.
So you want Mark 16? This is Mark
Keep
3.
down wrong. This is like a chapter before.
This is Mark 3 and 22. All right. You want me to start at 22 or 21? I'll start at 22. "And the scribes which came down from Jerusalem said, He hath Beelzebub, and by the prince of devils casted he out devils. And he called unto him and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if the kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So if Satan rises up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but he hath an end." Go ahead, brother. Yeah. One of y'all.
I mean, it's the end, man. All right, he's in a predicament now where he's fighting not only the tabernacles of his own tribes, but he's fighting the tabernacles of the heathen's tribe as well, all while trying to keep us.
That's a representation of
right,
Babylon.
Keep the body from being able to teach, and until Shiloh come, man. But shoot, man, does anybody else got a precept bring it out, man?
Con, well, that go to show that we're in the, like you said, man, this is the beginning of sorrows pursuing in Matthew 24. Think about if your nation is fighting against itself, a civil war. You see what I'm saying? What did it do? It crippled the U.S. We got in a massive debt, and that's when what? The international banking families took this bitch over.
Yeah, and if you look at us, man, as soon as the northern and southern tribe split, man, all right, our power structure was never the same, man. All right, we were never able to accomplish the things that we were able to accomplish together, man.
And what? You're vulnerable to your adversary.
We'll never be able to, man, until prophecy be fulfilled. But this is back in 49. I'm gonna start at 13 where we were at, man. And it says, "For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bosra shall be a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, Gather yourselves together and come up against her and rise up to her in battle, or to the battle.
Basra is spiritually America, man. All right, it was the capital city of Edom. You see, and America is that great city. Babylon, that great city. All right, and how we know, because it said it would be a perpetual waste, man. All right, perpetual means forever, on and going. This place is not going to be inhabited when the ICBMs fully destroy this place, man. You see, never again. Right? Nobody's going to live. The smoke is going to, is going to be burning up for a long period of time. All right, so it's going to be a place for your dragons and devils and desert animals and shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we know it's talking about America in this sense. And all the nations is going to be arrayed, in battle, all right, towards America, man, in order to make that prophecy come to pass. Okay.
The Most High is going to lift up the heart of the heathen, so to speak, spiritually and both physically, man. Like the scriptures say, let the weak say I am strong. So they're going to build up their military might, their thermonuclear arsenal, if you will. When before, pursuing back to the 1940s, Esau was the only one with that power.
They had the big stick and they was waving it around, man. Now everybody got a big stick and they all looking at one target, man, which is the U.S. of A.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Continuing on, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men.
The Most High is already. When we grew up, we was taught that we was the minorities, man. And then you start to learn that they the minorities of the world, man. If you want to go into the whole melanated people, but even coming into Jake is the most populous nation of people on the table of nations compared to any other nation on earth, man.
Well, even when they create the globe, they make the Edomite countries twice the size of the Jake countries, man.
Yeah, and if you look at older globes,
United States, we got like
right. It make Russia look just ridiculous, but Africa and principally South America, they say South America is 2 times smaller than it should be. It should be comparable to Africa.
Yeah. Continuing on, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou stoodest, maketh thy nest as high as the eagle. I will bring thee down from hence, saith the Lord.
Right. So, that's multifaceted as well, too. They, like the brother was talking about the international, space station, you know what I mean? Going up, putting their nests in the stars, so to speak, but also that pride in that rulership heaven position when they're not supposed to. In Ecclesiastes, it says, I've seen princes upon the ground while servants is upon horses.
That famous statue of Teddy Roosevelt,
which they actually tried to, they tore down.
Yeah, and it's an identifier, man, because where does Esau like to live, man?
In the high they build skyscrapers and penthouses in New York. I'm sure this brother's seen them.
I mean, here
they like to go do on the off day, man.
Here in Colorado, they have the access to the mountains, so they just live in it. But in cities like New York and in Chicago or Atlanta,
they on the 60th, 80th, 90th floor.
In them high rises that are designed to give them the feel.
And they're comfortable up there, man.
Right.
Oh, I'm on top of the world, man.
Man, I don't like to
as the eagle, man. As another identifier of the kingdoms, right? Dating all the way back to Babylon. One more. I can wrap up this. Take it away. I'm gonna read to 18. It says, also Edom shall be desolate. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof.
Read it again, obviously.
Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof.
They're gonna be, damn, that was America, nigga. They'll be like, damn, the Lord just stopped. Hey, look at it, it's all on fire. California to Florida up to New York, that shit is done, boy. That's what that hiss means, man.
Nigga get knocked out.
Like that hurt.
God. Verse 18. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it no more. Bye-bye USA.
Like the brother Tazapania said, man, when the nukes hit, this place is never going to be inhabited again. Jake going to fly by with their children, and it's going to be a teaching point like in Lion King when they was talking to Simba, and he was like, that land over there, hey, you don't go there. That's a bad place. That's where the heathen got fucking judgment.
This day, you would find nothing but ash and sulfur rock, man. All right?
You're not going to be able to tell where California end and Nevada start or Texas end and Oklahoma begin. It's going to be a desolation, man.
Things will be here, bro. Creepy things and devilish birds.
Only.
Lizards, that's about it, man. They're going to be doing nothing.
Because, and if you guys look, even the land of Chernobyl, they say you can't really inhabit anywhere close to there. You know what I mean? In that red zone or the green zone or whatever for like 24,000 years. So imagine 200 million thermonuclear ICBMs, man.
Nah, bro, America's gonna be white.
That was one nuclear plant. And imagine.
That's why the scripture says what shall cause the earth to. We heard, we read. What causes the earth to stand in place, man? The Lord. What's so powerful that's gonna cause the earth to go like this, like a trumpet, bro?
Right. It's gonna be the most hot throwing them punches through the ICBMs, man.
Shots. Ooh.
See, like we started out camp with, the Most High is so powerful. He's using third parties kind of like a proxy to bring judgment on this place, man. The Most High is too powerful to get off the throne, man. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. The Most High created this place, man. For him to like really truly throw a punch, this shit would explode.
I was going to go into 2 Peter. This is chapter 3, verse 9, and it reads,
Okay.
the Lord is not slack concerning his promise.
There we go.
So if the Most High promised that he's going to save and deliver his people, it's going to happen, man. And how is it going to happen? Through the chariots, man. All right, the greatest salvation that mankind has ever seen, man. All right, a bunch of so-called UFOs is going to cloud, or he cometh in clouds, but it's going to completely,
blanket the sky.
Yeah, you'll cover the sky, man. All right, and his promise is also to destroy this place. Because we seek it the place where dwelleth righteousness, man. We walk as pilgrims upon the earth. We have no continuing city. You know what I mean? We have no place to call home. Continuing on, as some men count slackness. Yeah, the men is counting, well, they always said it was the last days, or they always said Jesus was going to come back.
Or the 2000 shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's slackness.
He didn't come back in 2000. Look how many niggas lost faith, man.
But is long suffering to us word. Long suffering is also synonymous with patience. Not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. And when you go into the book of Acts, you'll see who that repentance is for. It's for Israel. All right? And that all right,
it's Yasharahla.
Verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. See, a lot of people think that when Yahushua come back, that the trumpet going to sound and then boom, he there. You see what I'm saying? One, it didn't say just a noise, it said a great noise. And it's not even really talking about the trumpet there. It's talking about the nuclear fission.
Warheads
fissions of the nucleuses of atoms.
Colliding.
You see what I'm saying? Colliding inside of warheads, man. All right? And then it just said what? With fervent heat, man. Extreme heat. So people think that, okay, when so-called Jesus Christ come back, that it's boom, it's going to be, why is it going to be so hot then? You see what I'm saying? Because the day of the Lord is a day of gloom and darkness. You see, and not light, pursuant to the book of Amos.
Well, and going back to the scientific part, you understand, brother, when energy is expended, it causes what? Heat. And when molecules are at rest, it causes what? Cold.
You know what I'm saying? Should I show it to the camera? talking about color. You probably should do it when you're out there.
Which one?
Look up the Code of Fear the Walking Dead. Look at how that bitch is done. As soon as the light flashes, that's how hot it's gonna be.
Toasty.
You know what I'm saying? That's how hot the air around you becomes as soon as this thing touches down.
You should show them that Beirut explosion.
Look at that.
That real life shit.
Woo. Go on.
That's not even an ICBM.
Yeah.
So it says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. All right. So what is going to have to be? So how you going to be able to stand in that day? This isn't no. See, when these people talking about, rap, that's how you know that pre-tribulation rap. All of these doctrines that come out of the Marlin houses is off, man. All right. Because if you associate in you being beamed up with, Yahushua, people that you call Jesus Christ coming back, all right? How are you going to come back, get beamed up while he's coming back before he allowed, tribulation to go on, but then the elements is going to burn with fervent heat, man. The elements is talking about is, cobalt, carbon, fucking,
Right.
ammonium, iron, argon.
And the people haven't showed patience, right? So you get to escape the MOTB and show your faith to the Heavenly Father. It don't make sense any way you look at it.
So it goes on to say the earth also. So, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also. So the elements, all right, the air, you see what I'm saying, has, the main ingredient in air is oxygen, but there's other shit in air. Air is just not oxygen. They got nitrogen, it's got, all of that type of shit.
And all those are what? Combustibles for flames.
Exactly.
That was heavy, bro, because oxygen, nitrogen, all that shit is.
Yeah, that's just all gonna burn. So those elements is, but
you're not even gonna be able to breathe.
Yeah, because it's gonna burn the actual hydrogen and oxygen atoms. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna burn that shit, and then the earth, all of this cement, all of that asphalt, all of your fucking steel, all that is gonna be completely melted. Man.
So the Most High is gonna Darth Vader choke these people, Lord willing, we have that number, on top of exploding motherfuckers, man.
You know how the Death Star exploded?
Just imagine that.
Was it Andor? Is what they killed?
Can you go to that verse, 2 Peter 3 and 10?
Yeah, I got you.
And it says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. You can look up that word works in the Greek.
I got you. 2 Peter 3 and 10. I was just like it. You said you want me to look up works?
Yeah.
Air gone. Let's play it. Slow.
G 2041. Ergon.
Okay.
Ergon.
That's the Greek for the word works, and it says business, employment, that which anyone is occupied. So even if you're a broke ass nigga bullshit,
Wall Street.
that which one undertakes to do, an enterprise, undertaking, any product, whatever, anything accomplished by hand, art, industry, or mind, an act. Oh, Slakia.
No, temples built with hands. Actual stores. You see the products and merchandise that those stores sell.
Your home.
All of that is going to be burned, man.
Walmart.
This is why Paul said. Matter of fact, I'll go to it because now precepts is coming to my head now.
There's a little more too while you're looking for that.
All right.
It says an act, deed, thing done. The idea of working is going to be out this bitch.
And the idea of because what happened in Taiwan, they are all running to just like they brought up in New York. Get to your local shelter, your bomb shelter. And your bomb shelter gonna be fucking obliterated.
The idea of working is emphasized in opposite to that which is less than work.
Yeah, so this place is over with, man. See what I'm saying? So this is why Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29 through 31, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. So if the time was short 2,000 some odd years ago, how short is it even now? Right?
10 parts or whatever has passed for someone to, was it Edris? Yeah.
And that goes also with Revelation 12 and 12, like the brother Matt brought out earlier. Rejoice, O ye heavens, and woe to you inhabitants of the earth, for the devil coming down unto you, having but with great wrath, having but a short time. Right? So Paul said the time is short.
Because 1,000 years, but a day.
But a day, which is
so it's 2 days since Yahushua was persecuted.
Yeah, in the spirit world, right? It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passes away. And when you go into the fashion, it's probably something similar to that of works, man.
Right, or
that
form.
Business and shit, all of that shit. This is why, if you buy something, if you just got a car, you should be in the position where, one, I might not even have it in Jacob's trouble. Two, eventually it's going to be literally caught on fire and melt. The whole shit's the elements of it's going to melt.
Like the Benz and Sakari issue. And going back to the wife thing, like that can't be your principal focus right now. It's got to be feeding the sheep.
She might turn. She won't
turn you over.
I was going to say a pillar of salt, but you don't know if you're going to save your wife.
Huh?
You see what I'm saying? You don't know if the woman that you're dealing with now is going to be.
And her salvation is through you, man. You must first save yourself, and you save
seek thee thy own salvation.
Anyone you know, you better hope that your own salvation is secure, man. And how do you do that?
Work out your salvation with fear and trembling.
And you might insure your shit, but she could be doing some left shit. And the Lord like, no, my nigga, I got something better for you. She was bending it over every time you went to work, nigga.
Yeah, you never know, man. This is
So basically, the point the brother had is that your principal focus need to be how about Shimmy how shine this truth, man.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and 21, verses 21. And it says, for then, this is the red to Yahushua, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall there be, except those days should be shortened. There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Right. So going into that time is short, man. Why? Because the Most High shortened.
Scientists came out and said that the fastest rotation it happened. It's because the Lord is speeding up these days, man, to make it easier for the elect to flourish, man.
How much they had like the fastest day ever recorded like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. They had said something.
And that's how you know the Most High is truly dealing with his elect. Because like as the scriptures say, he had to shorten the time lest there be no flesh left to be saved. And he's only saving his remnant.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince withstandeth before the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
That's why we out here on these highways and byways, man. We not trying to awake to that everlasting contempt, man. We hoping and praying through fear and trembling, man, that what we do is good enough to get up out of here, man. And we know our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. So you niggas that know this and give a fuck not, man, woe to you, man.
I like that. And give a fuck not. I'm so saying that. This is Mark chapter 13, verse 32. And it says, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Take ye heed, watch, and pray, for ye know not when that time is. For the Son of Man is a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his works, and commanded the potter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even or at eve, or at midnight, or at cock crowing, or in the morning. Least coming suddenly he finds you sleeping, and what I say unto you, I say unto all. Watch.
So the Most High wants to catch you niggas sleeping, man. And also, if you go back into the scriptures, it say what? The elect are joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, meaning they're gonna rule and get essentially the same things. So if Yahweh Shai got revealed that day, it would be revealed unto the elect. This is why even Yahweh Shai don't know. This is why he's sitting up there gritting his teeth in full battle array, ready to come down and destroy this place, man. Because he was the one that got put on the cross to bear the indignation of Israel, man.
How this brother had just slacked. You mind if I get this precept? It's just Habakkuk 2:1, and it reads, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and we will watch to see what he will say unto me, what he will answer when I am proved." And Yahweh answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon the table, that he may run that read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it." Salakia, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
This vision's supposed to scare you fucking knuckleheaded ass niggas, man. But it's only given to a select few, man.
Right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Verse 12, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. That night is representing Esau's rulership.
Man.
You know what I mean? And you know, I got a precept for 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, right? For Esau is the end of the world, man.
Right.
The night, all right, is far spent, but the day is at hand, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. All right.
Kingdom of Yahweh Shai.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. All right, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. And when you really go into that, all right, like the drunkenness, all right, is talking about these other ideologies, man. You shouldn't be. You got to be staying strong in this truth, man. Because the Most High could just take your spirit and you start believing and teaching some off doctrine, man.
Talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "Nah, my nigga."
And that goes into with wantonness, because wanton means undisciplined, man. You see, you're supposed to be disciplined in this thing. All right, verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. Right, so basically, don't give yourself to your body, man, because this body is wicked. The heart is deceivable above all things, man. You see what I'm saying? Because
you gotta die daily.
Yeah, you gotta kill that mortal man, kill the old man. You see, put away the childish things, because that's one of the rewards that we're looking for. New body, man. You know?
Right, and any brother in this truth will tell you that's a daily battle, man. It's a daily battle, man.
This is Jeremiah, all right, back in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. I'm going to start at verse 5. And it says, "For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turned into paleness. Alas, for the day is great, so none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it."
This ain't no shit you could prepare for. You just said so none is like it, man. World War II, all you military veterans, it's not like Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. It's not like the Ukraine. It's gonna be some shit you never seen before, man.
Yeah, and that's like, you know, that's why in the spirit, you know, the apostle Paul is saying, you know, we in Jacob's trouble now, because that paleness is starting to show. People are starting to see that confusion confusion. They getting scared, man. They looking into the windows and it's darkened, man. How am I gonna pay for this? How am I gonna pay for that? You feel me? You know, like, okay, yeah, gas prices just went down, but people don't know it's about to skyrocket.
And the reason it went down is because you tap it into your reserves, man. Yep. What happens when the reserves is up? You ain't getting no more gas.
Yep. And the shit is cut, man. It's cut with fucking water.
Yeah, it's been cut. It's like you said it. I think, when was the last time, like, when you go to the pump, you used to go to the gas station, man, and you would know you was pulling up on the gas station like a block before you got there, because you could smell like the heavy. As soon as you pull in, you can smell like all the gas. Yeah, man, you pull up at any gas station, and at least here in Colorado,
that's true.
Man, you got to be standing literally like in the gas tank to smell.
When
gas.
you pull it out, that's when you really smell it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you after you get done pumping,
yeah.
You should be able, when you pull it out and it's done, it should be like, you know what I'm saying?
Heavy gas.
Yeah.
Because I remember you get a drop on your shit. That's why you tap it, because you get a drop on you, your whole car bunking, bro.
Right. And I remember when they used to tell people, like, you can't even spark up at the gas station. You at risk of blowing everybody.
Now you see people be
putting their gas, they doing like this and like this. I'm like, man, this thing gonna blow the whole block up, but there ain't no gas, no water, just gas sprinkled in there.
Yeah, so using that as an example, that's not even talking about the missiles, man. We talking about Jacob's trouble is going to be so bad that mighty men is going to hold their loins as if a woman is as if they having a baby.
They're going to be effeminized.
Yeah.
They're going to be in their emotions.
Yeah. Nah, and that's perfect, bro. Because, and being in your emotions means you're unstable.
You're not rational.
And that's Isaiah 33:6.
Which we always go to.
Knowledge shall be stability of our times, man.
And strength of salvation.
See, we're going to go through it too, but at least we're going to know that, okay, this is what the Lord is doing.
Right.
You feel me? So we might be like, oh, fuck, man, this shit it's crazy. But I know.
We're going to know who to call on.
Exactly.
And then he's going to build up our spirit, Lord will, if we, you know.
Like, for instance, let's say, I don't know, the lights go out or the gas goes up to like $15 a gallon or some shit. People won't literally lose their shit, right? We're gonna be like, damn, how we gonna do this? We're gonna have to just trust in the Lord, but we're gonna know the Lord did all of this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's gonna keep us just knowing that the Lord did it. That's why he said, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, and seek ye the Lord while he may be found, man. You're supposed to know your heavenly Father, because that's our power, the power of Israel, man.
That's heavy, because nothing's just blessed to see that readers. Why? Because nothing's gonna surprise you. See what I'm saying? And what do you always bring out? Hey, surely the Lord will do nothing unless he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. This is why you got to understand the scriptures and read, man. Principally understand them, With all that getting, get what? Understanding, man.
That's why, but it's only for a select few. So certain niggas ain't going to get it.
Like that he's talking about.
And I had that precept pulled up, but I'm roughly paraphrasing it in Romans.
Right.
That Israel haven't obtained what they seek it for. You know what I'm saying? But the election hadn't obtained it, but the rest were blinded, man. That means that the Most High literally blinded part of his own people that he put above everybody else, man.
And just like you see the physical blind man come up to camp today, spiritually, that's 2/3 of our people.
Yeah, man. You want to come up here because
that was kind of heavy, seeing a blind brother.
But then he wanted to go over there and smoke first. You see what I'm saying? Weed or whatever.
Wait, he did?
Yeah.
I didn't. See, I'm looking at y'all, so I didn't even see it.
He came and walked down this way, and then he went off in the bushes.
He smoked and came over here because he was contemplating, should I? Because he know he recognized us. We didn't recognize him. He's like, damn, let me see if I should go. He come over here, and then we not really acknowledging the brother, so the brother kind of got out of there because when you just like about the
well, like you about to say, we didn't talk to him twice already. If you don't get it, hey, this train ain't stopping for no one. Like the Apostle Ramlab say.
Just like that scripture, what is it? After 1 or 2 times
admonishments.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
I mean, we told him like.
Yeah. But when you
and did you notice he had a black eye?
Yeah, somebody started
Most High trying to wake that nigga up.
Hey man, he said something wrong to the wrong nigga, man.
But he was doing that out here the first time. That's what he almost got his eye swollen the first time he was out there. And then he realized, like, damn, I'm off. Yeah, he must have went off somewhere else.
The brother just read last week. He was getting the knowledge, and then the devil came up and said, "Nope, I'm taking this one, nigga." He ain't,
This is back in the book of Amos, right, chapter 5, verse 18. It says, "Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord, to what it is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion." All right, me and Israel, and how they trying to flee from us shedding light on this truth, man.
we was bringing that out earlier.
Right, verse we already spoke on, man. The bear running from the bear, running from the serpent, which is spiritually Russia and China. Okay.
Well, he got away from the lion, which is Jacob, right? The bear's chasing him. He get in there. The serpent, being the dragon, China got his ass. How you gonna escape, nigga? Then you got the heavenly host just waiting to beat your ass.
Will someone grab Zephaniah 1 and 14?
It's a lot. You got it.
You got it out?
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasted greatly. And just to, cut in between that, all right, hasten, mean to hurry up. And that goes back to the Habakkuk chapter 2 that the brother brought out. It's not going to tarry. It shall not tarry, man. Why? Because the day of the Lord hastened greatly, man. All right? This is why we constantly out here, and we always talk about these missiles and America being destroyed, because every single day now there is new war report news, man. War 27 or whatever the fuck. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Right. So the Most High is setting the stage up, man. He said, "Proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare for war."
And Salaki, I was just going to land back on you, brother. I believe hasten also goes into picking up the pace.
Yeah. Which the days are faster. The news is being brought out as soon as an article drop on War 27 News. Brother on it making a video, man.
Or RT.
So it's the floodgates of information right now coming out. Man.
We on.
And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua through the Spirit, through first and foremost Apostle Tahar, this is the year of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua turning up, man.
Right.
And that's going into that hasting. Turn up means to pick up the pace, man. You see what I'm saying? So
and it really it's been a heavy year.
Yeah, and we got to pick up the pace, man. All right, we can't be bullshitting out here, man. All right, we was talking all about how Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you feel me, in His great power, man. We have to keep that, that meditation, man. The Most High is angry with the wicked every day, man, and He can take us out like this, man. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking to myself first and foremost, man. I mean, we gotta be, on our square, like you say. You see what I'm saying?
Even we not no Mason. We not no Mason though.
Yeah.
That's
a servant you want to be.
We good though. They know, brother. They know.
Found, cleaning the dishes and vacuuming the floor, wiping down the statues when the Lord come back, or you want to be that servant found in His bed with handmaids.
Don't you want to get that "well done, my good and faithful servant"?
That's the mission.
Or do you want to get that "depart from me, I never knew thee"?
I'm gonna finish up the verse. So I'll start it again. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hastened greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. All right. So that great day that's talking about there is the missiles, man. All right. So when people see the missiles, but it's going to be not one. It's going to be multiple of them.
200 million.
You see what I'm saying?
That's when they hear the noise, huh?
Yeah.
When they hear the sound.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're going to be crying bitterly because they know that everything that they stocked up in, everything that they did is completely done with, and ain't going to be there's going to be to none. You see what I'm saying? And then that's when Yahweh Shah going to do his bit. You know what I mean? Who was that? Who coming with God garments with Mars?
Right. And like you were saying, they're going to feel blessed. They're going to feel blessed to survive the nukes if they're allowed to survive. Think about if you could hear and see after the nuclear missiles, bro. You're going to praise the Heavenly Father. The light is blinding. They've already proven that through science. When those missiles go off, you lose your hearing just being a regular infantry soldier. Imagine a nuclear missile. Your eardrums will explode. the Most High gonna literally have to put his hands on those people that he wants, man, and those heathen he want around us.
So, with that, man, hopefully y'all been edified through the spirit of God, Bashem Yahushua. We want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua. Barakatah Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua. All right, we want to give all praises unto
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakah, Kudash.
I give a double honor to the Prophet, Elder, great millstone, do you well. Peace, citation to the hope for elect. Palm Yasharahla.
Palm Yasharahla.
Baba Paul.
Baba Paul.
Shalom.
Shalom.